welcome back. This is part 4 of our video tutorial series on Adobe Spark Post. In this tutorial, we're going to be having a look at the difference between adding a picture as well as adding a logo. We're going to also be using the order feature to manipulate images in a layer style fashion similar to Photoshop. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so let's bring back up the options to add. We're going to press the plus. Now, if you have a full account, you'll be able to add your own logo. So here I have my OC's Tech Tips logo and my Edgeway Education logo, as well as some other variations of those, and my Edgeway Media logo. Now, what you can see here at the bottom corner is an actual shape. Now, what this section actually allows you to do is you can add PNG files. And as I stated earlier, the difference between adding a picture, now if I add a photo here, let me just go to free photos, and it's already added fly in there, so I'm going to put in that picture. If you can see, it gives it a tick, and I will add another picture, which is this one here, and you can see in the top right corner it says add to. Now I can add both of those images, and look what happens to my original. They both share the space. So you can see that I can adjust the size that each picture takes up, and I can pinch and zoom on each image to show as much or as little of each picture as I'd like. Now that's not what I want to do actually. So I'm going to delete that cell. And as for this image, I'm just going to delete that image there. And the background color has changed. I'm going to change that back to white so we can see the text. Okay, so the difference between adding a picture and adding a logo is this. When you add a logo, it allows you to add that logo as a PNG file, so it is almost like another layer to your image. So you can add that, and you can resize it without, and you can rotate it, etc., without totally changing the framing of your image. Now I'm going to delete that because that's not what I want. But I can add my OC's Tech Tips logo, and I can add that to the corner there, and if I'm happy with that, I would save it. The advantage of having different types of shapes added to your logo section is this. If I come out of this and click done and go back to my posts, I'll show you this one here. Here's one I made earlier, and what you can see here is a mixture of an icon. So the image that is the black circle with the circle in the center, that is its own layer. That is an icon. Naturally, the text are their own layers. Now, what I did was I used a series of semicircles to color in those different sections. So the semicircles allowed me to change the color of 3 different sections. Let me show you. So I'm going to select a new layer, solid color, and we'll stick with that. And now I'm going to delete the, and now I'm going to add an icon. And scrolling through these, I should be able to find the circle that I used in the example previously. There it is. Okay, so once I've selected this, I'll resize it, and I will centralize it. Okay, so the next thing I did was I added another icon, and this time I'm going to type in semicircle. Okay, so we have a simple semicircle here, and I'm going to add it. Now I'm going to change the color of that semicircle, and I'm going to adjust the size. So now that I've adjusted the size of the semicircle, I'm going to go to order, and I'm going to, okay, so I've sent that semicircle back. Now I'm going to add another semicircle. And really what I could have, well, what I did before was I just duplicated this circle that I already had. So now I have this. I can change the color. And change the order, bring it back. So now you can see at the top we have two semicircles filled in, and what I'm going to do is select this and I'm going to duplicate it. And in duplicating it, I then rotate it, and then in rotating it, I can then change the color. Now that I've changed the color, I can change the order. So now you can see I have 3 semicircles filled in. However, I can't repeat this because if I did using a semicircle, then it would fill up over the orange section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click done and add, and I'm going to add my logo, which was pre-saved, and it is this shape here. So now I can enlarge this, can rotate it, whoa, rotate it, and I can bring it into this final section here, and then I can change the order, bring it back. Okay, and that was that. I think for the original semicircle, let me bring this to the back actually, and let me select this first semicircle, and I'm going to change the color just so that it's not the same or similar to the other colors that we have there, so you can see a clear difference. Let's go for green. Okay, so let's bring the order of this back to the front. Okay, so now you can see that is very nice, but it looks a bit messy. So let's just get another circle, add an icon. And let's get a solid circle. Can be precise, it doesn't have to be. I'm going to change the color, and I did change the color to white on the other one, and I changed the order, and now you can see I have my I have my image, and this is all just using the icons that we have there. But you can see now the value of adding shape with, or an image with no background, to a design that you're creating already. So once you finish, you can add your text, etc., and there you have it. So that is what I did to make this. Okay, that is it for this series on Adobe Spark Post, the app version. The next video will be a tutorial on how to use the online version, which is slightly different but has the same features, and we are going to be looking at an effect that uses the opacity tool and the order tool to create a motion blur design effect.